I wanted to just get a gauge of like what was it like breaking through at Villa at that time? Because I mean, I feel like there was a lot said about you as well. I mean, you really did burst onto the scene at that time, didn't you?
Yeah, coming through at Villa was special. I always remember before I went full time, I seen Martin O'Neill at the time, and then he was walking by to go to his session, and I don't know where I was or what I was doing. He was like, "Oh, you better sign that contract," and I was like, "Oh, it's the manager right there." So the faith he had in me, the belief he had in me was unbelievable. I was very lucky and very fortunate that he was the manager in charge at the time. Sometimes it was a bit frustrating because I wanted to like, come on, let me play. But he knew he seemed to have a plan for me. He wasn't just gonna just throw me in. Like I remember the League Cup final against Man United. Always remember that weekly. We went down to London a couple of days earlier. We trained down there. I always respect speaking to my fans, thinking, it's a cup final. I don't know if we're gonna make the 18. That kind of thing. We had a fully fit squad. He had this way that he would name the team. He would come in about an hour and a bit before kickoff. Right, team, we go. Another time, Friedel, Young, Dunn, and then he would mention the subs, and then he'll just go out, and you won't see him until like just before the warm up or anything, just before you're going out, sort of thing. I was like, I'm in the squad. I was thinking, I'm in the 18 for the cup final, against my League Cup final, and the Villa fans were unbelievable. They were all in already for the warm-up. Like literally the whole of our side was, I don't think there was any Villa fan left to come in. It was incredible. Only thing when it comes to Villa is I would have liked to have, I know how it looks like 52 appearances. Looks like it's a lot, but a lot of them were substitute ones. Like to have made that more starts. I would have liked to achieve a lot more at Villa. That's one of the things which, don't get me wrong, everything that's happened in my career is something I've learned. It makes me the person I am today.
Yeah.
But I would definitely have loved to have had more of the opportunity to go and really stamp my authority of being, yeah, I am here, sort of thing. It's something which I'm proud of from being at a club since I was 8, to go all the way through, score goals, could have been a lot more, should have been a lot more appearances and everything like that. But it's still an achievement which I'm really proud of to go and be part of the Aston Villa family, and it's a club which I still follow to this very day.
Okay, so FIFA 13. So I want to talk about Blackpool the first 2 spells. Obviously you went on loan. I think they were I think it was their second season in the Championship, right? So what was it like there?
They came down, they got relegated, then they got to the playoff final and lost to West Ham that year. Yeah. And then I came the season after. That year was a crazy year. I signed for Ian Holloway. He left after 2 months. Michael Appleton came in. He left after about a month and a half, 2 months.
Wow.
And then we had a caretaker for a month or two, and then we finished off with Paul Ince that season. So I had about 4 managers that year.
So you mentioned Ian Holloway as well. What stuck out to you to make you kind of think of him in such high regard?
Obviously, you see some of his antics on TV, of course, interviews, and you just can't help but laugh.
And he's like that around the ground. Like he's in like the training.
Believe me, what you see in the interview, literally, that is him at training.
Amazing.
Meetings.
Yeah.
He was such a motivator. Just go and play, just go and be you, go and do what you're good at, and that kind of thing. I doubt there'll be many players that's played for him that would not have such great things to say about him. Literally, I think he was a top guy. I
just want to round off your kind of career at Villa. So only Gabby at Bonhall was quicker than you. I was interested to see whether that's actually true. How would you two get on in a race at that time?
We never raced.
No.
We never raced. Gabby was Gabby. I mean, his pace was stupid, and the power he possessed as well. If he's got a defender pinned, don't bother try to fight him, that kind of thing. You won't win. He was just that strong.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it earlier. I just want to ask a final question on Villa. Like, do you feel kind of frustrated leaving Villa permanently at that time and thinking like, I wish I could have given a little bit more, wish I could have done a few more starts to kind of prove this is what I'm all about?
Big time, massively. I always felt I could really do something at Villa, and all I wanted was a consistent opportunity. I remember breaking through how difficult it was. Like I said, Gabby, for instance, he was with England at the time, and Heskey was England at the time, John Carew, Norway, Ashley Young, England, Stuart Downing, Milner, Gareth Barry, still in Petrov. A lot changed when Martin O'Neill left. We went from one manager to another manager to another manager to another manager for about 3 years in a row, something like that. So it was like starting again. It's football. Football can be a tough game. Football is a tough game. it was a tough time. It was a mixed time. I kind of think obviously going from pushing Champions League, really pushing hard, to then kind of sliding opposite direction.
So I'm just going to talk about kind of the rest of your spells at Blackpool. On numbers wise, you actually played some of your best of your career, right? Like you were playing every game, like you were scoring goals.
Yeah, I said it was one of them ones where it was still good. I was still, I mean, there's some great people at Blackpool in terms of players, the staff, not just coach staff, the staff around the ground, literally, which always been amazing with me. And like the managers, Gary Boyer brought me back there. He was the reason why I went back there. There was no reason why. There was lots of ups and downs. There was plenty of ups and downs at Blackpool. I'm really happy with the ups. I kind of think the downs is all part and parcel of football. Obviously, you would like to go and do things differently and better, but the club itself, literally, always have love for the club. Again, it's another club which I look for every week, see how they do.
Just on Bolton then. So I wanted to ask you, obviously, given what you did at Blackpool, kind of going back to them when they were in League Two and obviously things were down and you had to kind of bring it back, was that something that you were a bit hesitant about? Because obviously Bolton had done a similar journey, right? And now the point is to kind of get them back to where they belong. Were you hesitant of that a little bit because you know what it's like?
No, I didn't hesitate. I mean, once I knew of the interest, it wasn't something which I thought was going to happen. I came back thinking gearing up for the season for Blackpool and that kind of thing, and things changed as it does in football. Bolton is a massive club, a club which have gone through a tough time but should not be where they are now.
No.
And I'm proud and I'm hoping to be a big part of getting the club back and moving in the right direction. It's a great project that I got here. I mean, what the gaffer's looking to do, the owner's looking to go and do, that's on and off the pitch. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
How are you feeling personally, just about yourself, your game, your body? Is it, are you feeling good to carry on for a few more years, kind of thing?
Oh, without a doubt. Probably need a bit of managing with certain things which I have, but I feel good. I feel excited. I feel I've got so much more to give. I've got, for years to come, I've got so much more to give.
Great to hear.
I believe I can still be, I know I can be even better, and I'm looking to go and give literally everything I can within my body, my mind, everything back on off the pitch to Bolton, and for as long as possible.
And you're still not happy with that 68 pace, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm sure that needs to be changed ASAP.
Nathan, that's brilliant. I'll finish with your questions, man. I appreciate your time, genuinely. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, man. Thanks very much.